Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Rafizul Haq and my ID's number is 20524056. Today I will finish my final exam test, that's extensive reading by Mem Eros, and the final exam test is storytelling. And now I will tell a story, just only one story from Indonesian folklore story, and the title is The Legend of Lake Toba. A long time ago, in North Sumatra, there lived a poor young man in a valley. He had no parents, but the valley was beautiful, and anything he planted there grew wonderful. He lived by farming and fishing in the river near his home. The food he was made was not special, but he never went hungry. And one afternoon, after working hard in the fields, he went fishing in the river. Today was not his day. Though and after hours of reading, he still hadn't caught a single fish. This had never happened before. Disappointed, he pulled his rod out of the water, but just as his rod was leaving the water, a fish bit it. He pulled it out and was very happy to see a pretty little codfish on the end of the rod. The young man hurried come to cook the fish. He, he got home He got home, put the goldfish on the kitchen table and went out to get some firewood from the garden. As he went, he licked his lips on thought about the fish, how good it would taste. But when he came back, the goldfish was gone, and where it had been, there sat 3 pieces of gold. Good evening, came a soft voice behind him. The man turned around and saw a beautiful woman standing in front of him. She had long, bright red straight hair that went down to her knees. "Who are you, oh beautiful lady?" Toba asked the women. And the women said, I was that goldfish on your table. But I'm no ordinary goldfish, as you can see, and those gold coins were my scales. The man looked at her, and then went red again and looked away. He had never seen such a beautiful woman before, and he was so lonely. And the Toba brave to ask the woman, "Will will you marry me, oh beautiful lady?" He held his breath as he waited for her answer. He knew it was a very bold question to ask, but the woman laughed. "I thought you would never ask, believe me. It's a lonely life when you are magical goldfish. I was waiting for someone to come and put their rod in my water, if you understand me." Now the man went as red as her hair. "Really?" "Yes, but there is one condition," the woman said. "You must never tell anyone that I was a fish. Do you understand?" "Oh, of course," Thomas said. "But what if I can ask? Just promise me you won't tell anyone, will you?" "No, no, I promise." The woman smiled and clapped her hands. "Well, Then I suppose we are married, just like that, just like that. And just naturally as it began, their marriage continued. They soon found that they were very similar, although they had been lonely before. They only needed each other company to feel happy. Soon, they also had a son who they named Samoser. Samoser, Samoser grew as quickly as the flowers in the ground, and at 6 years of the age, he was a strong and a very naughty boy. His mother is always asking him to help her clean the house and bring dinner to his father in the fields. Some days Samuel did as he was told, but most days he shouted no and went off to play. One day, as usual, Samuel was being naughty. He had refused to eat his breakfast, sang lutely while his mother worked, and now he was refusing to bring his father dinner. Eventually, Samuel's mother convinced him to take a box of rice and looked so fresh and fish to his father. It was the long walk through the fields, and as he went, Samuel started to feel hungry. I guess Mom was right, he said. Well, I'm sure Dad won't mind if just eat a few grains of rice. So he opened the box, and the rice looked so fresh and delicious, and the fish so hot and juicy. He ate just a little of both, but that only made him feel more and hungry, more and more and more. So then he ate a bit more and a bit more and a bit more. Oh no, I've eaten all that dinner, Samosu said. All that was left were the fish bones, hoping his father wouldn't notice. Samosu put the bones back in the box, wrapped it up, and continued on his way. When he found his father, he handed him the box and was about to run away, but his father was hungry too, and he immediately opened the box and showed the bones. Sam was here, he shouted and went after the boy. Samuel was fast, but his father was faster, and he quickly caught the boy. Why were there only fish bones in the box? Did you eat my dinner? Samoset burst into tears and cried loudly, saying, Oh, Dad, it was horrible. A fox attacked me and ate all the food and said I had to keep it a secret. Don't lie to me, his father shouted. His cheeks were bright red. I'm not lying. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You son of a fish. And without warning, he slapped Samuel across the face. Samuel had gasped, and his mouth fell wide open. His father had never hit him before. I'm not son of fish, said Samuel. He was crying again. Samuel turned and ran all the way home. And when he came into the house, he said, Mom, am I son of a fish? He meant it is a joke, but his mother's face turned deadly serious. Samuel, what did you just say? I said, am I the son of a fish that just said it to me? His mother started crying silently and put her arms around him. He has broken his promise. What? You really mean I'm the son of the fish? He looked up at her face, but you are not. But as he spoke, his mother's face started to change. It looked smoother than before, and the light shone it, on it in a strange way. After picking up the box, Samuel's father told about what he had said. It was a joke, but that but then he had slapped his son. It was stupid thing to do. It started to rain, so he ran towards the house. He could see his wife inside, hugging Samuel. But just then lightning struck, and then two of them disappeared. He ran inside and looked all through the house for them, but the way were gone where they had stood. There was a big puddle of water. He stayed up all night, walking through the fields looking for them. The rain, the rain went through his clothes and he shook with cold, but he did not find them. When he finally gave up and went home, he found that all the gold coins in the house were gone. The rains continued for weeks, but the man fell into a deep depression. He lay in his bed and listened to rain and thunder outside and cried. Did not work in the fields or catch fish, and soon the small amount of the rice. The man stayed in his house for as long as he could. Surely the rains would eventually stop, but they didn't, and finally he had to swim for his life, fighting the dancing waters. And if he rained, he didn't last long too, because his while to life had disappeared with his wife and his son. The man was put down under the waters and never come back up. Still the rains went on and on, until the beautiful valley eventually turned into a lake. When the rain stopped, people came to see the lake that had formed. Although the man had no friends, some people knew about him and his strange but beautiful wife. They knew he had died alone and miserable, although they did not understand where his wife and son had gone. Because of his sad story, they called the place Lake Tuba. Tuba means ungrateful. And over time, the name changed to Lake Tuba. In the center of the lake was a small island, and this was called the island of Samosir. Over time, the people forgot about the man, and he became just a story. But the lake stayed forever. Okay, and moral values from story is we don't be arrogant and we keeping a promise, but promise is the take a responsibility, because when you broke the broke your promise, you broke heart people around of you. Okay, thanks from me. Thank you for attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.